All right, guys, so we are going to get ready to officially start Duolingo this week. And last week, we really just tried to kind of get our brains wrapped around what it's like to learn Spanish in 5th through 8th grade. And I hope that you could see that there's going to be a couple of different components to it. Of course, Duolingo is going to be a component that we're going to be practicing and playing, and I'm going to talk more about how to do that in just a second. But also, what you experienced this week was some of those refresher courses, those basic lessons, those important phrases and vocabulary that's just important to know as you're learning a second language. Now, some of you are going to be doing a different language other than Spanish, and so you and I will have an individual conversation about that at a later time. But for those of you who are going to continue to learn Spanish, those basic lessons are going to be a part of your every week rhythm in order to just continue to grow in the depth of our second language learning. I'm also going to have different videos, different engagement opportunities, different lessons for you to work on throughout the week also. So it's not just going to be Duolingo. So what you can expect from me is that your calendar is going to be what tells you what to do every day in Spanish. So sometimes your calendar is going to have, Duolingo practice on it. Sometimes it's going to have one of those basic essential lessons like through Nearpod. Sometimes there's going to be different videos or activities that I find for you that I feel like, our group of learners really just needs to work on. And so I'm going to work to create those different groups for you so that the work that shows up in your calendar applies to you. Also, please know that I will be giving feedback on everything that you turn in and all of the assignments that you have through Spanish, because it's important to hear from me and know kind of what I'm seeing in your work and how we can grow together in our second language. So now let's spend some time talking about how to set up Duolingo. So there are a couple of different ways that you are going to be able to set up your individualized Duolingo learning. I'm going to be sending you this link to our specific classroom via email and via announcements for Duolingo. Just so you know also, this classroom code is something that you guys are going to have as well, and this is specific to our classroom. So once you click on this link, then it's going to say you are joining Duolingo 5th through 8th grade iAcademy, and then I will be getting a notification about that. When you do that, you will log in with your student email, which is your first name dot your last name at iacademystudents.org, and you will create a password, okay? From there, you will choose Getting Started with the language that you are going to be choosing, okay? And what you are going to do is you are going to set the goal of 20 minutes per day, and you can choose if you want to, get help with that goal. And what you are going to do is start here with this placement test. This is going to be your first step in Duolingo, and you're actually going to do this today. And you're not going to be graded on this placement test at all. What it's going to do is really just help you find your individualized spot. And that's the beauty of Duolingo, you guys. You are going to find exactly where your level is in Duolingo, and you're going to build on that for this year and your years to come. And so once you start the test, I will receive that notification of where you're at and kind of how you ended the test. And when you go to your Duolingo class, you are going to start seeing items inside of your week, inside of your calendar, that will pop up here that will say it's time for Duolingo, and then you will continue to practice that here, okay? You will also be able to click into Duolingo and access our Duolingo classroom anytime that you need to by clicking on our Duolingo classroom, and it will pop you right back over to here. So Duolingo is really yours. It is for you. It is individualized to you, and we access Duolingo through our Connections course. So there are so many reasons why I love Duolingo. Number one is that it's game-based and it's super fun. I even play it and practice it when I'm, waiting in the doctor's office or when I have some free time. It's a positive way to utilize technology. Another reason why I love it is because it's so individualized to me. Not only does it meet me at my level, but it also keeps me growing in that level. I also love it because not only can you access Duolingo and our Duolingo classroom through what I just showed you with the internet, but you can also access it through an app. So you can download the Duolingo app, which is free, and you can log in with your Duolingo Classroom account once you get that set up. And remember, that's that same email and password. That's your student email and password, firstname.lastname@iacademystudents.org. And you can play Duolingo on any device that supports the Duolingo app. So it's really at your fingertips all the time. So parents, if you're riding in the car or if you're needing to have a brain break off of their computer and you want them to utilize a different device, you can do that with Duolingo. And I will be able to track your progress even when you use the app, as long as you sign in with your iacademystudents.org email account. So yet another reason why I love Duolingo for schools is that every single week I get a progress report sent to me on where you're at, how long you spent in the course last week, what struggle areas that you have, so I can really best find what you need to continue to grow in your second language. I adore being able to see all of the victories that you have and all of the badges that you earn in Duolingo as you work through the progress of the course. And I would love for you guys to spend 20 minutes a day in your Duolingo course at least, but know that you can absolutely grow more in that time as well. Now remember, because this is the 5th through 8th grade Duolingo Spanish course or second language course, it's not just going to be Duolingo only during the week. You're going to have those additional videos, those additional basic, assignments and work that you're going to be completing too. But I will be connecting with you guys as I get those progress reports every week to ensure that you're really, growing in our second language learning together. So not all of you are passionate about Spanish. Some of you are really connected or passionate about a different second language learning experience. And if that is you, I want to be able to accommodate that as best as I can. However, we need to have that language available to us in Duolingo. So this is where you get to start that ownership of your learning that we've been talking about all week. If you are somebody who feels passionately connected to a different language other than Spanish, and you are willing to make a 2-year commitment minimum to that language, it is time for you to reach out to me so that we can get you set up in a different language learning experience, still through Duolingo, just with a different second language focus. So right now, today, if that is you, I want you to send me an individual message in Zoom. Let's meet, let's talk about it, and let's get you set up. For everybody else, please look for an email from me to help you set up your iacademystudents.org Duolingo profile and login and account so we can get started with Duolingo this week. Happy second language learning. Here we go. Let's get ready for some fun.